Okay, this will be an interesting one. Don't know how this one's going to look. Maybe a challenge to do. Okay, let's see what this one is. It is a gift bag, like what you give for a wine, a bottle of wine, and we've got these interesting stars we're going to use. But yeah, it's obviously for a bottle of wine. I found this at an op shop, really cheap. I think selling it for $1, and I just figured I'd use it here. But basically, yeah, it's for wine. I don't drink, folks, not at all. And what's typically, in the old days, I think the word was called teetotaler, someone that drinks no alcohol ever. Or should I say, doesn't drink. I have drunk alcohol, so I got it wrong. But someone who abstains from alcohol, they used to be referred to as a teetotaler. That was the old style of parlance that they used in the old days to describe someone that abstains from drinking altogether. But I'm not ashamed of it, folks, because I've got my reasons. I used to have alcohol on occasion, and I never got drunk and I never got tipsy, but I just chosen for many years now, I've just chosen not to drink at all. That's just my personal decision that I've made, that I just don't drink. It's just me. I'm just being myself. I'm just being who I am meant to be, myself. And I just don't feel that alcohol is supposed to be a part of my life, even though I've never abused it. I just don't have any interest in the culture of alcohol. I think that's pretty much it. I just don't believe you have to drink just because you're at a party. Or drink at all. Even though I like the taste of certain alcoholic drinks, I've just made my decision and that's it. This looks shit house. I've just made up my mind, folks, that drinking isn't for me. It's just not my kind of thing. It's just not me. I know what I did wrong. I was meant to turn that off. So I just like to be myself, not drink. I have noticed, however, that heaps of people do abuse alcohol, and I'm a person who just can't trust people with alcohol for some reason, because they often do like to get drunk or get tipsy, and I just see most people who drink just don't have the ability to control their drunkenness or their drinking, so they just get drunk, and it's really quite a shameful thing, the way people seem to think they have to get drunk just because they're at a party, that they're not a part of the party if they don't get smashed with their friends. But you don't have to be like that. That's the thing, folks. You don't have to be to get drunk to enjoy a party. You can enjoy the music, you can enjoy the dancing and the company, assuming that the company hasn't become fully drunk and smashed. And because really, getting drunk is not, to me, is not a party thing. It becomes a party pooper activity because, you're talking to alcohol. You're not talking to the people. Now, everyone's talking to each other, and they're all in the spirit of the alcohol, and they can't seem to get things happening. And they do stupid things, and it can get serious when it involves having sex with someone's husband or wife, or having sex with anyone, and you end up pregnant or with a disease. So there's a lot of consequences. You gotta when you're at a party, you gotta keep your wits about you, because you could end up doing something you regret the next day. And what if you're at a work party and you end up having sex with one of the co-workers or with the boss? What happens if you sit on the photocopier and have a bum full of glass shards and end up paying for the technician to come to fix it, or having to go to hospital and tell the doctor what you did, and you ended up with a fucking embarrassing tale of woe that you sat on the photocopier and the glass shattered? I mean, that sounds funny, but it's not. It's fucking not funny, and you could lose your job. And what's it going to look like on your resume? Such and such was fired because they sat on the photocopier at the Christmas party and ended up with a bum full of shards. And really, it's not funny. You lose your job, you're not going to be able to survive. You can't survive without a job. It's important to work. And you don't want to lose your job because you sat on the fucking photocopier, just because that's the traditional Christmas party thing. Well, that's one of the good reasons about not getting drunk, is you can avoid these embarrassing and at times harmful life-changing situations, life-changing for the negative, not the positive. So you got to think before you drink. As a bit of a rhyme, I know, but it might make it easier to remember to think before you drink. But, if you can't hold your liquor, well, don't fucking drink. Don't even go to the party if you can't have a party without drink. I know I sound a bit square and a bit old-fashioned, a bit like Mummy and Daddy would have sounded, but I'm telling you, this advice could possibly save your life, or at least save you from having an ass full of glass on Christmas party night. So, you got to think. You got to think before you drink. You can still enjoy a party without the fucking drink. I know that sounds easier said than done, but it can work. And you got to get used to it, maybe. Sorry about the curling, but that looks interesting. I think now we can call this demo quits.